Hey everybody, Miss Jamie here, stopping by to talk about the number of the week. Our number is the number 5. And like our book this week, we had 5 green and speckled frogs. And when you do number 5, you do all your fingers up on one hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's how we do 5. All fingers up like you're waving. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some movements for the number 5. And I think we're going to stretch our arms today. Excuse me. And we're going to do that by reaching way up high and bringing them down. That's going to be 1. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, one more, 5. All right, now we're going to clap 5 times. Get those hands ready. 5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And normally I'd say let's get a high 5, but guess what? We're not going to be able to do that anymore. So we're going to have to learn how to use our elbow. So we're going to do 5 elbow bumps with somebody by you, either mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever, brother, sister, whoever is by you. I have Belle. So Belle, come on over. And we're going to do 5 elbow pumps. You ready, Belle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job, Belle. Thanks. So 5 is the number. And 5 looks like this when we're looking at our touch point. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you could either, we're not worried about writing right now. We're just worried about being able to identify that this is a 5. This is what a 5 looks like. So you could go from the bottom up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 when counting. That part doesn't matter which way you go. But we could take our 5. I have some pom-poms over here. And we can put the pom-poms on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you're going to take your pointer finger and you're going to practice touching them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or you could practice taking them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good job. And then we could take our trusty dusty Play-Doh that we used in our in video. Let's make it N and we can make a 5. You can roll it in between both hands, or if you aren't able to do that, you can do it on the table. It's okay if moms and dads help. And I'm gonna trace this 5 and put here and then here. And then now I'm gonna have to curve it a little bit. So I'm gonna do the same way. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. And I'm going to connect it and turn up. Look like I need a little more. Connect it here. And you could practice squishing it in 5 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's some good fine motor in there. Okay, so that's what 5 looks like. Now, some of you moms and dads, grandma, grandpa's probably wondering why we keep doing the same thing week after week, why it's so similar with every number. Like I said earlier, I'm not concerned about writing the numbers right now. Not all of us are there, and that's okay. But I'm really working on being able to identify the number from a groups of numbers. For example, if you gave them 2 numbers and you said which one is a 5, the goal is that they can pick the 5. So the more they see the number, the more they are able to play with the number and do activities with the number over and over and over again. They're going to be able to identify it. And I think some of you are seeing that, which is super awesome. So like we do every week, I have my paper here. And we're going to pick out 5 items. And you can see now I got the top and the bottom here. Too small if I made lines this way. Okay. So we're going to take our trusty dusty math bucket, and I know some of you have developed your own trusty dusty math bucket which also incorporates colors and shapes and things for the letter for the week. It's really, I just love seeing all the cool things you parents are doing, and it's awesome. So here we go. You ready? I'm going to dig down in here, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 5. So I took 5 out of my bucket. So I'm going to take my pointer finger and I'm going to count them again. Always starting at 1 though in this activity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I'm going to put them back in my bucket. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Another activity you could do this week, lots of activities, is unfortunately I didn't have frogs. I thought I had some rubber frogs. I think they're at school. But I had something else. So since we're working on 5 green speckled frogs, if you have frogs or any object, you could practice putting 5 into the water and they could splash. So you could go and you could pick up on, put them on either side. You could put, I just got these little baby bottles from my girls' toys, but you could put a couple over on their right side, a couple over on their left, and they could practice picking up. I'm just putting them 1, 2. You could even do some reaching over. 3, 4, and 5. So they splashed in the pool, and now we could get them out. Ooh, and you could do some hand transferring. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you could do that with anything in the water, really. You could even splash 5 times in the water if it's nice enough, which I'm hoping it is. Sorry, I was looking at my bucket. And I showed you guys this earlier. These are some boards we got from our grant. Really cool. Just to show you guys what we're using. They have little arms on here so you can rest it. They give a nice angle that supports that wrist when they're working on some gross fine motor stuff. But it also has hold the paper when we need to. We use these an awful lot in school, so they're super cool. I'm so excited we got that grant. But anyway, they're also magnetic boards. So you could put some numbers on here. Right now I would do no more than 2 numbers. If your kiddo is really good at identifying one specific number that's up there that you're working on, you could add a 3rd number. But I would start with 2, and I would say, find the 5. And then they could find the 5 and grab it. You could practice making 5 lines on here. You could do any kind of thing like that. You could also find a book that maybe has 5 objects in it. My counting book has 5 beach balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can work on that. Now I'm going to show you one more activity. I'm going to go to the kitchen. Don't mind, the house is a little bit under construction, so it's kind of a mess. But anyway, you might see on the learning plan that you can do like a leapfrog game with lily pads. So you just make circles, put numbers on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now depending on